Well, I am here, boys and girls, to tell you this morning about something that happened to me this week that was very, very exciting because, boys and girls, for the past couple of weeks, many of you don't know me, but I really, really enjoy running. I love running. I run maybe 30 miles a week. I really enjoy it. I am only recently married, over a year now, so that really gives me something else to do. But boys and girls, I have needed a new pair of running shoes for maybe 2 or 3 months. And this past week, I decided to sit down and see what new running shoes I could get. And I don't know, boys and girls, what the roads are like in Antrim. If the internet is anything to judge Antrim's roads by, maybe it's not great roads either. But boys and girls, I thought maybe for my new running shoes, I'll maybe have to step back a wee bit here, I could get something like these. I thought these would be great running shoes. The fields around my house are very muddy. I don't really run along the roads too well. It's very wet. It's very damp. Not only that, boys and girls, but maybe my trousers that I'm wearing as well, I can tuck them in at the top here and they will remain dry. My feet will remain dry and I'll be able to run really well in these new running shoes. What do I think? Are they good running shoes? No, I see a few shakes of the head. They're definitely not. They're not good running shoes. So that's okay. We'll take these and we'll maybe think about them later on, but we'll put them down because I had another pair. I had another pair of running shoes that I thought these are definitely it. These are the ones that are going to be the best that I can get. And here they are here, boys and girls. They're a little bit smaller. They're definitely lighter as well. And look at that. There is great grip on them as well. So that whenever I'm running the roads and it's wet and it's damp again, my feet will stay dry. Not only will they stay dry, but look, there's good protection on the ankles as well. So that whenever I tie up these really, really, really long laces, what can happen is my feet will be dry. They'll be protected. And no. Are these good running shoes? They're not great running shoes either. Running shoes need to be light, don't they? They need to be light so you can move quickly because I'm really, really fast. So I want to be able to move really quickly down my street and down my road. So I started looking for a really light pair of running shoes that will get me quickly from here to where I want to go and back home again. And so I looked for the lightest pairs of shoes that I could get. And here's what I found. Now, this is maybe more my style, boys and girls. These here are maybe the types of running shoes that I like. You see, these are the types of running shoes you wear on holiday. And I really like going on holiday. So I thought maybe if I wear these, I'll feel like I'm on holiday whenever I'm running. But boys and girls, if you've ever worn shoes like these or flip-flops like these, you know that they're very hard to wear whenever you're walking. They're very hard to wear whenever you're standing still. And really, boys and girls, if you were to run on these, your whole feet would be sore. You'd get nowhere. These are terrible for running in. I'm not sure any of you have tried it. You should never try it because they're useless. So, boys and girls, I went online, went onto my computer, and I searched for best running shoes. And this is what I found, boys and girls. These are my new running shoes. They're by New Balance. They say New Balance here. They say fresh foam somewhere as well, whatever that means. I thought you put fresh foam on your face, but apparently not. So here they are. Look at these. Now these are proper running shoes. They have perfect laces on them. They are lightweight so that I can go really, really fast. They are very spongy as well so that my feet don't get sore. And there it says they're fresh foam as well. So they are really good for running on roads. And boys and girls, as I was thinking about picking out my next pair of running shoes, I was reminded that often in the Bible, Paul, the Apostle Paul, writes in his letter how the Christian journey is like a race, like a running race. And in fact, boys and girls, in Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, the Apostle Paul tells us, let us also lay aside every weight. Let us lay aside the sin which so clings so closely. And boys and girls, the Apostle Paul says, let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith. Boys and girls, if I were to wear anything else except for these good running shoes, maybe if I were to wear those Wellington boots, if I were to wear those mountain boots, they would hold me back. They would be too heavy. Even the flip-flops, boys and girls, would hurt my feet. They wouldn't be good for running. The Apostle Paul tells us in our Christian life, if there is something, boys and girls, mums and dads, that holds us back from running a good Christian race, he says get rid of it. Whether, boys and girls, that's bad things that we do, maybe it's things that we stare too long at or take too much time at, Paul says let those things go. And he says instead, look to Jesus, who is the author and the founder of our faith. Boys and girls, I hope the next time maybe you are putting on your running shoes, you remember this story. Maybe the next time you're putting on your trainers, you remember this story about how Paul tells us to take off anything that hinders us in our Christian race.